How the Milky Way came to be. Long ago, when time began, there were only a few stars in the sky. When people looked up at night, the sky was almost completely black. At that time, people depended on corn for their food. They would dry some of the corn and grind it into cornmeal. They stored the cornmeal outside in large baskets. During the cold winters, people would use cornmeal to make delicious cornbread and mush. One morning, when an elderly couple went to fetch some cornmeal, they found their basket overturned. Cornmeal was scattered all over the ground. The couple was upset. Stealing was unheard of in Cherokee villages. Who could have done such a thing? As they looked more closely at the ground, they noticed what looked like a dog's paw prints. But these paw prints were huge. No dog they had ever seen was that size. The couple went quickly to tell the other villagers about what had happened. After hearing the story, the people decided the dog must have been a spirit dog. They didn't want the dog coming back to their village, so they made a plan. When the dog returned, they would frighten it away. That night, people collected all their drums and rattles and hid behind the cornmeal basket waiting. Suddenly they heard what sounded like a flock of birds with their wings all flapping at once. A dog-like shape came down from the sky. It landed near the cornmeal basket. The dog stuck its nose inside and began to eat the cornmeal. Jumping out from behind the basket, the villagers banged their drums and shook their rattles. They made the biggest racket they could. The frightened dog ran from the village with the people chasing it. It ran to the top of a hill and leaped into the sky, the cornmeal falling from its mouth. The dog ran across the black sky until it was out of sight. The cornmeal that had fallen from its mouth made a pattern of stars. The Cherokee call this pattern of stars Galitzian Stanen Yi, which means the place where the dog ran. And that's the story of how the Milky Way came to be.